All right, we're recording, and then let me pull up my notes, and I feel like that's pretty much the opening to every single one of these episodes. As usual, Olaf is he's got something teal colored because he's Russell Hagen and he always wants to show it off subtly. This week, across from he has the two lapels. On one, of course, he's got the debutante's pin. My camera, stay focused on my face. Come on, there we go. He's got the debutante's pin on one side, and on the other, on a teal background, is really the only way to really describe it is it looks kind of like a Viking helmet, the horn, the two horns, but it's made out of gold. Not literal gold, it's just made to look gold. So maybe it's like brass or something like that. But anyway, so he motions with one hand for you to take a seat, of course, and then on the other hand, he sets a stack of note cards down, which you may recall in the last couple of weeks, he's been living on these note cards because he has no intern to do all his hard work for him. And then, of course, we have the production team. They come in, dim the lights and all that. And he starts up. He says, "Welcome back, Mech fans. I do hope you enjoyed that interview with Gregor Sanderson, one of our very own Grayland Trios League's League of Officials. I certainly found it informative to learn so much about some of the behind-the-scenes operations that take place here in the league day in and day out. But now, on to our next match. And before all I do that, the usual blurb about some other important people here on Solaris and abroad. Brought to you once more by the fine folk at the Donegal Media Group and the Krieg Dominion Media in conjunction with the Solaris Broadcasting Company. I am Olaf Krieg, and this is the Triple Press, bringing you, as always, all the mech news you could pack into an ammo crate each and every week, not to mention second-by-second coverage of each and every match ever since 3022. This next match features two teams situated presently right in the middle of the pack. First up, the visiting team for tonight, coming all the way from the Taurian Concordat. The Taurian Nationals have been something of an enigma. Oh my god, that word hurt. At many times, they've occupied the lower rungs of the league's ladders, but last year, and for a few weeks this year, they've looked like they were about to become powerful contenders. That all changed last week, of course, as the now 2 wins and 3 losses Taurian Nationals suffered a defeat at the hands of the Davian Golden Suns. Currently ranked 6th in the league, the Nationals will certainly be looking to score extra points tonight in order to climb ever further and be sure to keep themselves locked in the top 6 by the end of the season. Hosting the Nationals is another team with a long history in the league of being a team struggling to find their footing. In recent years, they've fought tooth and nail just to stay off the bottom rungs, but under new management this year, the now 3 wins and 2 losses team is looking to defy the odds and the naysayers by staking their claim at the top. Joining me tonight, of course, is their new manager, Baron Isaac Weissman. Isaac, a pleasure as always to see you once more. And I just realized I don't think I actually mentioned the Lyran Debutantes in that little blurb there.
That's all right, Olaf. No problem at all. But thank you once again for having me on the show.
Wonderful, wonderful, and I hope all is well. Imagine you're staying in contact as well as you can with your family back home on Hesperus.
Indeed, look, it's a long way away, but thanks to Comstar, they never feel closer.
Comstar should borrow that line from you. Now, there are some that are saying that these new debutantes very well may make it to the playoffs. And obviously, every team's going to make it to the playoffs. But what we specifically mean with that phrase, of course, is the top 6 that are guaranteed to continue from the quarterfinals on. While I'm sure you're thrilled to hear such kind words, especially with this being your first foray into the Solaris arenas, there are some here in the studio that are more curious about darker things. Now, I've been asked to deliver this particular question to you by some of our stage production team, so I won't mention their names, and then he'll casually point towards one of the cameramen. But this question is this. When it comes to the matches you have remaining still this year before the playoffs, which team is it that keeps you awake at night? Which team remains that you think will present the steepest of challenges?
That's an interesting question. And it's one that I was probably actually going to be looking at to introduce after today's match, because I think for me, part of today's match is about trying to make a statement, and I wanted to reinforce that statement in my final speech. But let me say for now, and I'll explain the reasons why after the match, but certainly the Davian Golden Suns and the Marek Industrialists are 2 teams that give me great pause with what I still have remaining. And that's not to discount the Kerpin Honeybees, also a great team. But I'll talk a bit more later about why I've called out the Golden Suns and the Industrials. And if I have to one, I'm going to say the Golden Suns. are probably the one that I have the most concern for. And look, I've always been honest. I was honest right before the Dragonborn match. It was an uphill battle back then.
Indeed, it was.
But yeah, some mechs don't mind fighting uphill.
Some mechs don't like fighting uphill. Another great tagline from the Barrick Isaac Weissman people. Write these down. They might be worth something one day. Earlier this season, the American Industrialists did score a staggering 20-point margin victory over the Remoran opposition during the Grasshopper round, a move that catapulted them to the #1 position ever since. Given the possible extra points available this week with the Commanders round, what is it looking like for your team tonight, and is it possible to score something similar to the Debutantes' benefit, do you think?
So look, I think that last night, or we saw a masterclass from the Dragonborn when it came to how to monopolize upon this round. You know, there are certainly points to be scored. You can go straight for the early win if you believe you know who your enemy commander is. But of course, you leave points on the table there because there are other potential kills, and for them to take out their entire team or take out their opponent's entire team ending with the commander last, gave them the best possible outcome short of triggering ammo explosions. So I think that there is a tactical side to this. You know, you want to take your enemy command down within 10 full rounds, otherwise you're going to miss out on those juicy points. I think that, yeah, I'd like to sort of talk with officials at a later point about how these novelty rounds, we'll call them, are run, because it's what's interesting is that the matchup's going to have a really, really big impact on what the end score in the league is going to look like, depending upon who and when you encounter. Like, for example, as you know, my team completely walked over the Wolverines. If that had been on a match where there was bonus points offered, would I have earned more points or not? It's hard to say. But yeah.
It is interesting how the League of Officials, which of course is just me, it is interesting how the League of Officials are putting these various matches together, these special rounds. I think, you know, initially the intent was to have something every relatively periodic time frame in order to break up some of the monotony that you get with a round robin tournament like this. But also, you know, sometimes it is the luck of the draw, and sometimes teams have an easier or more difficult schedule based on a variety of different parameters. You know, we look at the Rock City Wolverines, who in theory ought to be able to contend with anybody, but yet they're just constantly getting pushed back down every single match. And then you look at other teams, the Dragonborn, for instance, who were basically undefeated until last week, and every match they went into, with some exception probably, or perhaps, not necessarily a cakewalk, certainly, but easy to pull off a victory, comparatively speaking, to some other teams.
So remind me, with the Grasshopper round, the Industrialists walked over. Was it the opposition or the Spirits that they were facing in that round? Do you recall?
I think it actually was one of the questions. I think it was the opposition. Now my mouse is not scrolling like that. Yes, it was the opposition.
Yeah, okay. So when I watched that match, I certainly observed that the opposition was quite predictable, almost bot-like. And I feel that that may have been a contributing factor to why the Industrialists walked away with such a huge points differential in that particular match.
Clearly, that's me laughing, by the way. Yes, you know, unfortunately, sometimes it happens that way. Teams get stuck in a routine. They can't get what's the word I'm thinking here? Progressive thoughts or proactive ideologies. They can't get them on the table, and it easily becomes predictable. In fact, some would say that the good Baron Isaac Weissman is one who has, in the past, predicted not necessarily the outcomes of matches, but the lineups of various teams as they take the field. In fact, I believe you had made a similar prediction about the Nationals tonight.
I mean, look, it's simply a matter of studying the form and realizing there is only a finite number of possible outcomes, and you know, it's part of the job of a team manager is to put yourself in the head of the other manager and think, what would I do in the same circumstances? I think that when you've got so many teams in this competition, some of them will fall into predictable patterns, and it's easier to sort of make some judgments based on that. I mean, I would say I was surprised, and I was happily surprised to see the Dragonborn bring out a different set of mechs this week rather than the traditional Warhammer Spider. I think that the fans want to see variation. I think the fans want to sort of get different spectacles with each match, and so that's one of the reasons that I recently went through quite a large review of the mechs in my roster to try and make sure there was some differentiation.
Indeed, and I'm sure the opposition were none too thrilled in their surprise of seeing a king crab, especially an advanced one, on the other side of the field. Isaac, my last question. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Let me just say though, the opposition nearly got that thing down.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, I was watching the way that their pilots were running, and every now and again I'd see their Warhammer take a PPC shot somewhere else rather than at the king crab, and yeah, every bit of damage that that thing was almost destroyed, and a few more hits rather than being cast off at side opponents, they could have actually seen that thing go down. And I'm guessing that was probably Darius's commander there.
Probably. We don't have the full details, all the combat logs and gun camera footage. They haven't been released yet. But I would imagine. I mean, if you're going to put a commander in a mech, it's either going to be the biggest one or the littlest one.
The smallest one, exactly. Yeah.
And so I think some of those extra shots, as you mentioned, from the Warhammers, the opposition's team, I think some of those were more targets of opportunity or efforts to try to score a few extra points before the fight got much more deep into the nitty gritty, as it were.
Look, I'll be honest, Olaf. When it comes to mech combat, trying to concentrate on too many opponents at one often means you don't destroy any.
Indeed, and sometimes that's the mark of a good team lead and a bad team lead, or not necessarily bad, but less good, we'll say, which sounds even worse somehow.
Yeah.
Now, my last question, as always, tends to focus on whatever team you might be facing in the following week, and tonight is, of course, no different. You can call it lazy writing if you like. Next week, you face the only team presently still undefeated, albeit with a tie, and of course I'm talking about the Davian Golden Suns, led by what some easily could label as a debutante herself. What are your thoughts about taking on what is otherwise quite a formidable team, and what do you think you and your team will need to do to overcome the challenge that they represent?
Look, I think that Lady Skylar has done an incredible job with the Golden Suns. I think that they have an almost Lyran roster of mechs when I look at it, to be honest. But look, every battle is a challenge, and I think that, like with some of the tougher challenges I've faced in the past, it may not be as simple as a stand-up fight. I might try and think cunningly, play the points rather than the mechs.
Yes.
But we'll have to wait and see. It can be everything can change. The lay of the land, the terrain, what my opponent brings. Exactly. It's hard to say, but I think that it's definitely going to be a tough battle.
Indeed, and I believe the words sneaky or cagey, dodgy little git, I believe. I don't remember. Something that was said a few weeks ago against the Dragonborn. But at any rate, even as the Federated Sons and the Lyran Commonwealth move closer to an alliance through marriage, despite our best efforts, old rivalries, and that's probably the easiest way to call some of these feuds, old rivalries tend to die slowly here on Solaris. So we'll be curious to see how things unfold next week with the debutantes facing off against the Golden Suns. But tonight, the Devs will still have to get through the Nationals first. As I'm being told even now, that match is only seconds away from starting. So let's redirect our attention to the giant monitors and the view they provide. And all thanks to the Krieg Dominion sponsored blimp hovering up over the arena even now. All right, so let me go ahead and pull up that and then switch this over. That's not the one. That's the one Nope, that's not the one I want to use. There we go. All right, I got the right screen up this time. All right, James, once again, great interview, my friend. Great interview. Even with my easily predictable questions, I would imagine. Let's see. One question about last week, one question about this week, one question about next week.
Yeah, it's always hard to keep it fresh when you're doing this that many times.
Yeah, no, it is. It could be a challenge. So I had to throw in some in jokes, as it were. Okay. Now that we're both on the server, our next step is, of course, the experience points for all pilots and techs. I've already done that. We don't have sponsorships this week, so our next event is the midweek event resolution. So let me pull up the rules. And you have selected marketing and recruiting. Please go ahead and give me that 2d6 for the marketing roll.
Okay. That is a total of 8.
It is an 8 for marketing. As soon as I figure out exactly where I am here. That will give you plus 2d3 wealth. So go ahead and make that 2d3 roll, please.
Total of 5.
That's
not bad.
That's a pretty good number to roll in those dice. Let me go ahead and add that into your finances. Other marketing. It's not how you spell marketing. 5. All right. Give me that. There we go. All right. And then your second option was
Recruitment?
recruiting for a
Total
7.
of 7.
That is unfortunately, no results.
Yeah.
All right. And the, almost said opposition, the Nationals will also be attempting to recruit. Don't remember specifically why I chose that.
They lost pilots and they got replaced by Greens.
Well, so. I guess it doesn't matter. The fucking Snake Eyes. This is not the time to roll Snake Eyes. Not in this game.
What's the penalty for that again?
Oh shit, that is a penalty. Oh man.
Yeah.
They gain a +1 modifier on draft rolls made after this match. So when I make the 2d6 roll to see who gets, how many people are drafted, I got to add a +1 to it, regardless of all the other modifiers.
Look, hey, the league is hot for these 5-4 pilots.
Yeah,
gotta get them on my team.
Oh man, I almost forgot about that special negative result for Snake Eyes. The critical failure, as it were. All right, next up we have your gathering intelligence roll, and you have a +1 to that.
So that's a total of 4. It's not going to tell me anything.
Yeah, that's not going to tell you anything. Although we did discuss. Go ahead.
Not like last week when I rolled boxcars +1. I knew what they had for breakfast that morning.
Yeah, pretty much. We already discussed briefly, very, very briefly, the significant advantage that you're going to have here, which is fucking astronomical. I think, in fact, it might be the largest margin I've seen since starting this whole Trios League thing.
Yeah, well, they only had, unless they bought more mechs, they only had 5 possible fields they could put up within 7 points.
I do believe they did buy an extra mech.
Oh, okay.
But I don't recall specifically now. I know I would have, if I had done that, I would have made those purchases during my, when I choose all the teams.
Yeah, we've obviously bought a second Warhammer.
Yeah, so. Clearly that must have been what I did. All right, if you could please review your pilots and make sure I have all the edge blocks checked.
Yep.
Which I'm pretty sure I did, but it never hurts to double check. The map is set and the victory conditions should be set. I'm verifying all that right now. Yep, we are good. So you are the home team, so you will choose the home edge first. So once you are satisfied with your team, go ahead and select your home edge, and then I will follow suit.
My ammo.
Huh?
And okay, edge is all done. I did make sure to check there actually, because it wasn't the edge that was a problem last time. It was the what edge is used on.
Yeah, which was the edge was there. It was just not used on anything.
Yeah. All right. All good.
All right.
All right. So let's see.
Yeah. Once you're satisfied, go ahead and select your starting edge for this randomly generated map.
That's right. I need to. So you like going from the south on me, don't you?
I do, but it's your call.
Right, so I'll go from the north. I'll give you the.
You'll give me the benefit here, probably because you have like 5,000 battle advantage over me. It's just staggering.
All right. Okay, a lot of terrain up in the north.
Yeah, lots of woods for you to play hide and go. Fuck me. That sounded bad, actually. It was supposed to be a joke, it just made it worse.
Yeah.
I did notice you can't tell in the lobby who the commanders are. But once you get all mechs on the board, they are distinguishable. The two commanders are distinguishable from the others if you look closely enough.
Okay.
But I also feel like that's fairly accurate in a tactical sense, because more than likely, once you get on the field, it's probably not going to be terribly difficult to figure out who your opponent's commander may or may not be based on a variety of different things. In fact, there's a story in, I want to say the Battle of Tukid, the original one from the 90s, the original print, because I don't know if it's in there now, where one of the Comstar pilots is ruminating on the battlefield looking across the battlefield and seeing I'm going to say it's Smoke Jaguars. It could be any other clan. But he's able to observe the other clan's mechs across the battlefield, and he makes a note of how he can tell which one is the commander or which one is the one that is going to be the most dangerous, because he's the one that literally is looking like a battle mech version of the dog straining against the leash to get free. And I was just like, okay, that makes sense to a point. And I didn't even look at the initiative to figure out who's going first, but I see you.
What do you Warhammers goes last? So
well, that's amazing for me.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Here comes that big monstrosity. So I'll tell you the same thing I told Darius. Regardless of figuring out who the commander may or may not be on the field, whether you can see him or not, that my attack or tactics will be based on which mech is the biggest threat, and that's probably the one I'm going to be shooting the most, regardless of who may or may not be the commander. Because at the time when I made that statement with him, because he had asked something along the lines of, is it easy to tell who the opponent's commander is? Because that's supposed to be somewhat confidential information. And I was like,
yeah, but I realized now that you said there's a differentiation, I've realized what the differentiation is.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. But it still isn't really influencing my decision, as it were, or my approach. Is simply
All right.
That Marauder 2 is fucking nasty. And it doesn't matter who you got running it, it's just fucking nasty. Wow, that's this is gonna be a match.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna bother wasting the heat then. Well, let me get my pen out, because I'm pretty sure one of the mechs are going to get screwed up. I needed 11s and 12s to hit, just so you know. Oh, I'm sorry, 10, 11, or 12, depending on which mech and which weapon. I got spoiled, James, by having mechs that could, hit on, like, 3s.
Oh, yes.
Alright, my Spider actually hit your Marauder. That's impressive.
Okay.
But then your Marauder beat the shit out of my fucking Spider. Needed a 6 and rolled a 9 and 11 to give internal structure damage to the National Spider. So he's already taken some hits and needs a PSR, but he remains standing. So there's that. All right.
Now we take a look. Looks pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, look, my Warhammer is moving last again, but the other Warhammer and the Spider moved first. So,
first, yeah, that's a rough draw.
Yeah, I've been getting... Oh, God, I hate when the Spider moves first. That's the worst one.
It's got to move a long way. That's it.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say, tactically speaking, when you've got a lot of ground, you use every bit of it. That's kind of one of my philosophies. I remember effectively being a squad leader with a bunch of cannon cockers. Movement through open area and be like, nope, we're spreading out. That's right, send the 6R over there. Let him be the light killer. I must say, totally off topic here, I think this is the first time I've done a recording, especially for GTL, where I'm drinking coffee still.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think this is the earliest I've had a match is at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, which is, of course, the first slot I have available, but... keep that Jenner out of my backside as long as I can. Huh. This is clearly going to be a one-sided match here. Are you not entertained, viewers at home? Oh, man.
One of the free-to-air television channels in Australia has like an app where you can stream their shows, and I realized the other day when you log out of the app, it says, "Are you not entertained?"
That's funny. Oh, man. That's right, folks. Coming up after this, I'm going to get my ass kicked in Blood Bowl as well. Let's see. Spider, Marauder, Warhammer 6R taking some hits. Oops,
You had a
that's
couple
the
of
wrong.
PPCs on the Marauder, though.
Oh, I actually touched the Marauder again. Oh, the 6D's taking hits as well. Son of a gun. Let's
Spread that
see.
love.
Let me. Yeah. Of course, of course. Yes, the 6R did hit with both. It was a well placed shot pair or shot group, left torso and right torso. Good grouping. God, that's gonna be a pain in my ass to take that Marauder down. Once again, my Spider is the first mech.
Fast mechs go
Yeah,
first, and
both
the
of them,
Warhammer's
in
last on the
fact.
move.
Yeah. 98 to 93. I'm still not in the lead. Mm. Damn. Does that thing got 4.6 or 3.5?
It's got 353. It's got jump jets.
Ooh, I forgot about the jump jets. That's fucking scary.
I briefly considered the DFA, but not firing those two PPCs for a toll turn is a bit rough.
I'm just picturing this. What is that thing? 100 tons? I feel like
100 tons.
yeah, just anytime you got a 100-ton mech squashing some bug, it's like oof. Come on, give me my. Done. Wait. Yeah.
Oh, what do we got? Okay. Well, Jenna missed everything.
Wolverine gets hit. I had a feeling your general was gonna miss. He well, let me look at who the general was firing at. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's when
yeah,
you simp for nines.
yeah. That's usually how that goes. Spider is losing critical slots and an arm. That's gonna take him up to heavy damage. Let's
He's
see.
about to lose a leg too, just so you know.
Oh, shocker. This doesn't. It's a spider. I mean, come on. Everything misses the Wolverine. Got one shot in on the Marauder 2. And the Warhammer 60 is doing PSRs. Yeah, that spider's about to get fucked. Yep, there he goes. Gyro, crippled. One hit on the pilot.
And leg is off.
That'll be difficult to recover.
Oh, you won
Oh
all the issues.
wow,
Look at
that's and my spider gets to move last, but except of course he can't do shit about it. That's my luck, James. That's why I say you're gonna kick my ass in Blood Bowl later. This is why Thassa Murgalod does not do go for it. Oh, that Jenner's creeping. Jenner's fucking creeping. see everything. Oh, Wolverine is gonna back off. What's on that thing? AC5, a couple lasers. Nope, AC5,
AC5,
medium laser.
SRM6, and a medium laser. Yeah,
That's the
it's like a
Go ahead.
it's like a Shadowhawk. It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a bit of everything. That sounds about right. It's actually pretty fucking accurate because the Shadowhawk, it's like, what is it, AC2, LRM5, SRM2, and a medium laser or something like that.
Yeah.
He actually
That's it.
do anything.
Protect the down spider.
Ain't gonna be much doing of anything here. Let me see what he's got.
Yeah, he's got both. He's got his weapons still.
Yeah. Just the pilot's not worth a shit.
I mean, he's 3 points away from being double legged.
Yes. Well, I mean, he starts the game off that way. Let's be honest here. uh Prone with both arms destroyed. He might have those lasers, but he can't do shit with them. Damn it. There goes the other leg, by the way.
Yeah.
Spider legs for sale, anybody? Oh, he's already marked. Let's see. Warhammer takes some hits from the Wolverine of all places. I did get a PPC to hit the Marauder. Marauder also got a PPC to hit the leg on the 6R, which means that leg is going to go eventually. Oh shit, the 6R falls over. That's not good. Internal structure damage. Alright. Of course. Of course. Of course. Who was the last one to damage the spider, by the way? That was the Jenner, yeah?
The Jenner shot it from the ground, yeah.
Okay. Jenner's about to get a kill.
Oh, no, you stole Cliff's kill.
I can imagine that conversation in the cockpit right now. Like, God damn it, Bowie, why are you doing this to me? You know that's supposed to be mine, and Bowie's just like, you can't get all of them, man. Jesus. And of course, your Marauder moves last, so that's going to be difficult to deal with. Ha, I'm out of your jump range.
Oh, what for DFA, you mean? Yeah.
Same difference. I think you. Let me see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, you can't charge either because I'm just outside of charge range. But that would have been hilarious to me, by the way, if you could charge that Warhammer right off the side of the. Not the map, but that little drop right there. That'd be hilarious to me.
I could charge off the board with a 100% chance.
But because you would come in from where the spider went down.
Yeah, that would end the match, though.
I mean, it's a win though.
It's a win, it's a win, yeah. Uh, I'm not going to take the other Warhammer down. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that.
You're trying to farm all the points you can get, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Listen, there's going into the playoffs, and then there's going into the playoffs in the number one position. What's the worst that'll happen? My mech dies. Oh, really? I gotta have to tell my pilot to shoot the nothing that they have. All right, 6 hours losing critical slots. Let's see, 6 hours, 6 hours.
Three on the 6R got critical as well. 3 small laser machine gun, medium laser.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, that tracks. That tracks with my luck.
Watching your game the day where you had two times you had a critical was on a 12, like knocking off a leg that still had plenty of internal structure left.
Of course.
When Darius beat you, yeah, that was rough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not for nothing. I can usually hold my own okay to Darius, but anytime I'm playing Darius, it's rough. He can. Oh, there goes the other leg's armor. Just leg bone all over the place. Darius
All
can
right,
be
how are we doing?
Darius can be a tough opponent, let me tell you. Well, you know, you've played him.
Yep. All right, still think you're going first and last.
Yeah, why not? It's my pilot, so that's an initiative sync. And of course, my 6R is in a position where he can't get away from a Jenner that has no heat.
No, I've got like 4 heat.
Oh, did you fire off some lasers?
No. Yeah, I put too many lasers in your back.
Oh, of course you did. Why wouldn't you?
Well, it wasn't your back, sorry, it was left side.
I think at this point we're really just arguing semantics. Alright. Guess we'll try to pin in your Marauder even though it can jump.
Well, Jenner's going to gin.
Yep, that's what they do. Oh, we can start a conga line right here. Jump your Marauder behind the Jenner and then put the Wolverine behind the Marauder. Everybody gets back shots on my 6R. Please don't. That would just be ugly. Oh yeah, you ripped a bunch of my internals out. Did you get an engine hit on the 6R that I missed?
I don't know, did I?
No, his heat's kind of high, so that's why I was confused. I don't remember there being a reason for it to be that. Okay, what are we looking at here? 6R is losing more shit. Mostly armor and internal.
I got, okay.
6D is now losing internal structure. Marauder eats a couple missiles. PPC blast. Some PSRs, but everybody's still standing.
All right, fear my 35-ton feet coming your way.
Listen, 35 tons is still 35 tons. Fuck me. You know, a 5-ton kick still triggers a PSR that you could theoretically fail. So here we are, losing more shit. I think that Warhammer's fucking dumb.
There goes a machine gun.
Losing that SRM-6 is pretty bad.
Oh, it was already hit. That's what the plus means. It already had a hit on it.
Oh yeah.
And I picked up your pilot. There you go.
Yeah.
No more initiative seeking for you. All right. So it was the 6R or the 6D that fell over. It was the 6R that fell over. Brilliant. All right.
Well, for short range shit, I have a medium laser and a small laser remaining.
Well, it's the line from Aliens. I like to keep this one for close engagements.
Yes, yeah. It's funny you bring that up. I'm watching a playlist right now. No, not literally right now, but like at work, I'm watching a playlist of Alien RPG, the Frontier War campaign, and I'm just like, this is actually some really good shit here. So many callbacks to other movies, in particular, of course, the Alien franchise. All right, I think this is where the, what did it say, the rubber meets the road or something.
So about, I don't know, 7 or 8 months ago, there's like, I don't know if you do it here. There's like small community cinemas will often like play old movies
Yeah,
in the cinema. Yeah, and they were doing Aliens in the cinema, and they had Michael Biehn come out from the US to like to MC it, to open up, and then you could pay 500.
That was Hicks or whatever, the one that survived, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that's right. Yeah, Hicks. That's right. Yeah, and you could pay $500 for a 1 hour lunch with Michael Biehn afterwards.
Oh, nice.
To ask questions, that sort of stuff, And I thought about doing it. I made a joke that I probably, oh, there goes the Warhammer. Machine gun ammo, the deadliest ammo of all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made a joke. I'd like to ask him questions in short control bursts.
Garrick takes 2 hits too. Damn it. Oops, that's wrong.
That's ammo explosions for you. 2 hits.
Yeah, and he blacked out because he rolled a 4 when he needed a 5. So that is actually, ooh, that's not good. They may have just lost that. Let me see what killed the mech. I know it was ammo, but destroyed by ejection. Okay. So not necessarily being crippled or anything. That actually.
Well, no, it's ammo explosion will count as a that'll be a
yeah. Well, if they make the
if they make the 6,
the 1d6 roll, then the mech just reverts back to its like
crippled state.
Well, in this case, it's not crippled though.
Oh, okay, back to its state prior.
Yeah, they would just be heavy damage because that's what I was looking for, was it like engine hits or what have you. But in this case, it says destroyed by ejection, so then it just goes back. Although it does continue to take additional damage, like the whole left leg is destroyed from weapons fire. So never mind, it just goes up to crippled then.
That's the new one they bought too.
I believe it was, yeah, the 6R.
It was, yeah. The 6D you had previously.
Yeah. The 6D is now taking internal structure. I think I already have that. Yeah. Marauder takes a few hits. I still haven't cracked the armor on that damn Marauder, as you just chewed through my mechs. Yeah, that's great. That's amazing. James, would you like to take what do they call that? I'm trying to think in chess. There's a move something similar to this where you basically just it's not really resignation, but I might as well resign because I'm at so much fucking heat.
Yeah. Just tip your Warhammer over.
Yeah, pretty much. Come at me then. I think that's what Beach is saying from the cockpit. It's just like, come at me. Come at me, bro. Michael Biehn, he was in the Terminator as well, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. He was
I can't think of his name, but
what do you call him? I remember his name now.
Yeah, basically Connor's dad. John Connor's dad. Spoiler.
Reese, Carl Reese.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Spoiler, by the way. 40 years later. Such a good movie, though. Oh, it's my turn for a pilot. Well, I guess we go all in. That's not terrible. What's 18 on the heat scale? I don't have ammo.
All right, 3 Alpha Strikes coming your way.
Of course. Why wouldn't you? All right. Oh, there goes a slot. That's heavy damage on that 6D. Whoa, we finally got to use one of the 6D's edge. There goes the torso. There goes some more parts, and the other edge is re-rolled. And
That's
wow,
nice. It was a Jenna that got the kill on the 6R as well. That Jenna pilot's going off today.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even mark down who killed that one. So it was the Jenner pilot, you said?
It was a Jenna pilot, yeah.
Yeah, Bui is like, no, fuck you.
Cheeky medium laser in the back.
Yeah, cheeky. That's the word you used when you were talking about the Dragonborn that one time. Yeah, Bui is like, no, Cliff, you don't get all the kills. Somehow my Warhammer's still alive, by the way. We still have to get through the melee phase, of course. All 3 mechs kicking my Warhammer. Alright, what are we looking at here? Oh! We bumped your Marauder all the way up to heavy damage finally. Take that, foot actuator. And there goes the hammer, the 6D's leg, which makes him crippled. This is going to be a costly goddamn fight for these guys. Let's see. 6D loses an arm. Beach finally takes a hit. And yet, if I'm not mistaken, no, he automatically fell. 6 piloting skill rolls. My God, man. How many legs did you kill?
Yeah, you had one for you. Oh, you hit your kick, didn't you? That's right. Yeah. So
leg destroyed was kicked. Leg destroyed was kicked. Was kicked. 20 plus damage. Jesus. Did you take both legs off? That's what it sounds like. Right leg destroyed.
Section destroyed. Yeah, both legs destroyed. Left leg, right leg, both destroyed.
Well, clearly we're going to surrender them on my next turn.
Okay, so who got the last? Who got the final kick then? It was the Jenna. The Jenna got the final kick.
Alexander Clift is going to be having words with Nini Bui. I think wow, 1.96% of my battle value remaining. That's amazing. Yeah. Wow, Bui is going to climb right up the charts with that one.
Do the old Team Fortress multi-kill.
I don't know that one. Never got into it. I never got into Team Fortress or whatever you called it.
No, actually, no, Unreal Tournament used to have the voiceover that say, like, double kill, multi-kill.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
No, I'm not stepping on pilots today.
Yeah, I know that'll hurt your that fan roll. All right, well, clearly the debutantes get a win here. Oh, I forgot. Groceries might be coming soon. Safeway order has been assembled. It's on schedule for delivery. Good. Important right this moment, though. All right, let's do some tallying up here. So first we have, I think you're going to end up with about 25 points by.
I think I need to between this match and the match with Darius. I got a utterly destroyed.
Oh yeah, you will. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so first you get 3 for winning. You killed. Let's see. First you had 1 heavy kill that surrendered. Then you get 5 for the heavy mech utterly destroyed. They got a roll of 6 for. 1 for the spider. So that's going to give you 6, and see that's 12. You get 10, 22, and you get 5. Keeping your commander
27.
alive, so it's 27. Your final tally, and of course the Nationals only get 1. We have a new record for widest margin in a single match, 27-1. I'm gonna have to start refining the conditions for this record. Widest margin in a non-special round, just to keep it fair for everybody. Okay, I'm losing my train of thought here, so let's get back to the chart. Next up is the fan roll. So let me go ahead and pull my Rules back up. Fans are on page 12. All right. So it's going to be a 2d6. You have a 3+ win streak, so that's +1, +2.
I did get I got a melee kill, kicking the
Ah, yes, you did. So that's a +4 total.
Yeah.
Sounds like. So yeah, 2d6 +4. We'll go with that. For a total of
9
9.
total.
That will give you +1 fan. You also get +1 fan as part of your sponsorship, so it's going to be a total of +2 fans. And then for the Nationals, I think they're on a lost streak, so it's going to be 2d6 -1 for losing, -1 for the 2 losses, -2 total. Physical attack did kill a mech, so that's going to count for them as well, so that's actually going to cancel out. So it's just going to be a flat 2d6 roll for a total of 7, which is no change. +0 fans, which, you know, gaining no fans is better than losing fans. Wealth. Well, that'll be easy. 27 + 1 is 28. Nationals will gain 28 wealth. The Debutantes will gain 38 wealth. Let's go ahead and start tallying that up on the spreadsheets. Spreadsheet phase. Oh, let's go back here first. All right. Taurian Nationals are now 2 and 4 with a cumulative victory points of 27. No changes to their fans. Go to the finances section here. Match earnings is 28. Fan income 6. We do the Debutantes. Now 4 wins and 2 losses, and I have to do math. So 37 + 27 is 64. Does that sound right to you?
Yes.
Yeah. So that will put you at 64 points cumulative. You gain 2 fans, taking you up to 22, and you now have a secret roll modifier of 4. You can do that in Discord or in the Mega Mech window. 1d6.
1d6 is total of 5 plus
Total
4
of
is 9.
All right. I will say one simple phrase. You're going to get an email.
Okay.
Say anything else. You will be the second or third. Losing my train of thought here because of that. So let me update some notes really fast.
Well, you're right. I opened my email. I did need to get 4 emails. Oh, they're all spam.
Yeah,
That's
well, you'll see what I'm talking about later. I will.
That's right.
I will. You'll see. I don't want to say too much while I'm recording. So. Okay, now that I got that. Where am I? Finances. Did I do that? No, I did not. Okay. Did I do? Yeah. Okay. All right. Now that I'm caught back up, I'm not losing my train of thought and shit. You're gonna gain 38 wealth plus 16 from your fan base. And then we have the draft. I'm gonna do the Nationals first, just so I don't forget that they have a +1 modifier here.
I rolled as well because I rolled a 3 and a 1 for 4 plus a 1 plus I'm on a 3 win streak.
Yeah, let me refer here. Okay, so for the draft, to that section specifically. All right, +1 for winning. You are now on a 3 win streak, so that's +3 total. Yep. And you rolled a 4 + 3 is 7. That means nobody is drafted from your team. Double check all that really quick. So you rolled a total of 4. 5 because you won. +2 was 7 for the streak. And you're good. Okay, yeah, no, you're good. Now the Nationals. 2d6. They get -1 for losing. No streaks. +1 from their bad recruiting roll. Cancels out. Thank God. Total of 3. Nobody gets drafted from the Nationals this week. Let's talk maintenance. Starting with Debutantes. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mechs with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 techs. So that will be 3, or excuse me, -3 for maintenance.
This is why I've been trying to recruit, because I can't buy more mechs without more techs.
Yeah, I mean you can. It's just
They become unmaintained.
yeah, it can become a problem. Oh, that's why
That's
the
not very.
Nationals were recruiting because they also have that same problem because they
Yeah.
now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mechs with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 techs.
Well,
And the
but the good
six
news is that
oh,
they
I
lost
didn't
one of their
even.
mechs.
Yeah, they did just lose that 6R, which I still need to roll the 1d6 for.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get it, so that mech is gone. So that's
You're
easy.
welcome.
Yeah,
No,
thank you.
no one maintained mechs.
Yeah, yeah. I think you'll get another email. This one from the Nationals coach saying, "Hey, thanks, man. That you may get a letter from Maya Anastia. I
Okay.
don't know how to say it. That's the coach for the Nationals. Let's see. Okay. Um, shit. I still need to update their actual numbers though. -3. And then after the maintenance is salaries. Since I'm on the Taurians, I'll just do those real quick. 2 for all the greens and regulars, which is all other pilots. 3, 4, 5. So -5. That. And then the debutantes. 2 for all the greens and regulars. 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. You also have, because you won, you have maintenance and repair -5. So I'm going to add that in right now. Before I forget it. What are we calling it?
I can't tell you how tempted I was to Kool-Aid Man through that Warhammer earlier,
What's that?
but I had to resist. I can't tell you how tempted I was to Kool-Aid Man through that Warhammer earlier with a charge
Just to
attack.
charge them right off the map. I would have done it because it's hilarious,
Yeah.
and it would have given you the melee kill, which of course helps with the fan roll
Fans.
later in the match. Okay. Speaking of all that, now we add up repair costs. Starting with, we'll do the Nationals first because this will be painful. Let's see. The 6D is crippled. That's a heavy mech. Heavy crippled is 8. Spider is a light mech, also crippled. That's 4, so that's going to be -12 for the repair. And all 3 of their pilots took hits. One at 1 hit, so that's going to be 2. 2 hits is 3, so that's a total of -5 for medical. All 3 of those pilots will be back next week. Nationals. Air is -12 and -5 for the medical bill. And then the debutantes. We have Marauder 2 with heavy damage. That's an assault mech. 8. Wolverine is light damage, so that's 1. And the Jenner managed to go untouched, so -9 repair and 0 medical. Lyran's repair -9 and then 0. I already have your other thing added in there, your sponsorship for repairs. Next up is the multitude of 1d6 rolls for repairs. James, I will let you start.
Okay.
For your Marauder, you need a 3+ with 4 attempts. Done.
Good.
And for your Wolverine, 3+ with 3 attempts. Done.
Done.
There's the 6. I needed to keep that 6R. For the Nationals, we need a 4+. We roll. See. Let's see. 1d6 for this guy. I need a 4+ with 4 attempts. Done. And then a 5+ with 3 attempts for that spider. Christ. 1, 2, 3. I'm out of attempts. Okay, well, spider is not repaired. Spider is crippled.
That's right. They've got an urban mech that can take that place.
Yeah, they do. I'm about to sell that motherfucker just because I've never. I think they used it like their very first match, and they're like, "This is dumb. I don't know why we brought this stupid thing." That may be me talking as well. All right, so that is repairs and medicals. Now we add in, I believe experiences next. Let me double check here. Repairs, medical, repair rolls, experience. All right, here we go. Starting with the Debutantes. That one's a little bit more complicated. Clift gains 2 points. And we'll have a stern conversation with Bui, I'm sure. Tariq gains 2 points as well. And Bui says you can talk all you want. I almost have almost as much experience points as you do. You can fly a kite. And then your techs, Lagumba gains 2 to 13. Swega gains 2, also to 13. And Yilmans gains 2 to 15. That. And then for these guys, Beach gains 1. Eric gains 1. And Izzet, newest member of the team, gains 1. Tex. Let's see. Khalil gains 1. Stallone gains 1. And Broadberry gains 1. Alright, I think is that. So we do this. Take it back to interview room. And you're back in there with God, why did 6 names all pop in my head at once? Olaf. And Olaf says, well, Isaac, congratulations. You as you mentioned, you definitely scored all the points you probably could get short of ammunition explosions. And we had one. Oh, you know what?
Yeah, the only ammunition that could explode did explode.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, I'm trying to think. Let me double check my rules. I think there was something in ban rules for that I needed to account for. I think. Give me just a quick second here. Oh, yeah, it does. +2 for opponent's mech and +1 for your own.
So my fan roll was originally I
want to say it was
an 8.
It was an 8 or a 9.
Plus, yeah.
So +2 to that. I'll add a fan to both teams.
All right.
And then I'll adjust their income appropriately. Because I forgot to account for that. So 1 additional fan for them. That will give them 7 there. And 23 finances. 17. Okay, there we go. I do apologize for that. I missed that during the fan resolution. Yeah, so, yeah, all the ammo that could explode on the Nationals team did explode. Well, not all of it. Well, you know what?
No,
some of it might be cooking off right now.
I was going to say, there's 2 medium lasers. Oh, no, SRM6 wasn't there in that one as well. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, at this point, the SRM6 ammo could have cooked off for all we know.
Yeah.
I'm sure the recovery teams will be busy trying to pick up all the pieces, as it were. But yeah, good job on that match. I think, hold on 1 second. Sorry, I got a text from the X. I don't like the way that sounds, but, God, where was I? Yeah, no, that was a good match. And of course, the fans were happy to see a utterly destroyed mech. Unfortunately for the Nationals, that Warhammer will not be coming back. It is, well, some of it's over there. Some of it's over there. They might be able to glue some of it back together for, paperweights and whatnot. But the Debutantes proving, once again, new management could be the key to making it into the top 6 and staying there indefinitely. I think that'll actually give you a few extra points and may have moved up a position or 2. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I don't think on paper that match could have gotten any better, actually. And I need to, of course, thank the good folks at Defiance Industries who support us and reduce my repair costs to almost nothing, despite the damage we did take.
Yeah, no, that definitely. I think 4 wealth as a quick snapshot, literally half or less of your original bill. Thanks to Defiance Industries. And of course, if you want to plug them some more, and maybe where they could find a Marauder 2 of their own.
No, well, that's Blackwell Industries. Blackwell Industries provided the Marauder thanks to the Wolves Dragoons. Defiance Industries are the longtime sponsor of the Lyran Debutantes, and
that makes more sense.
Of course, for my own home planet Hesperus too. So
yes. Well, Isaac, I'm sure the rest of the week will be closely watched by you and a few others to see how things finally shake out by the end, especially with these extra points available for the taking, of which you took quite a few.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. Look, and I said before, Olaf, I wanted to bring something up
yes,
after the
yes, you
match as
did.
well. So I had something of an epiphany this week, Olaf, when I was considering preparation for this and future rounds. I have to thank you as well for the fantastic round wrap ups you do each week on Donegal Broadcasting. And
Thank you, thank you.
I was considering looking at the way that the league works and where I thought some of the tougher teams might end up in the top six, and I was actually considering what matches I would potentially need to win or lose in order to give me the best shot at the playoffs in terms of who I would play in quarters, semis, etc. And I realized, obviously, no one wants to be planning for a loss. Everyone wants to be playing to win all the way. So the fans don't want to come along and see, Mex throw a match just to try and play for league positioning. So I consider the fact that there's really three teams that I think are the big threats: the Dragonborn, the Golden Suns, and the Industrialists. And I realized that those three teams have one thing in common that no other team does, and that is the inclusion of advanced technology in their roster.
Actually, the Golden
Now,
Suns don't have that.
I thought they had a single advanced mech.
That would be
Memory.
the honeybees have that Griffin.
Was it okay? Oh, maybe
Yeah.
maybe I was mistaken. In any case,
At any rate, yeah, please.
yeah. What I was trying to illustrate today was that unfortunately, look, I hope the fans enjoyed it. But today's match was decidedly one-sided. And it wasn't down to the machines; it was down to the men inside them. But I would like to extend the invitation to the league officials of the Grayland Trios League that between this and the 3026 season, I would like to sit down with those officials, and I would like to discuss ways to balance the field, so to speak, between the various teams. But I don't want to see teams like the Nationals and the Wolverines and the Crows constantly eating shit from week to week, just so the big teams can strut about. I'd like to see an honest competition that really comes down to a combination of skill and luck, and not just who can throw more money at their opponents. So, look, the league is what it is today, but I think that with some consultation between the various owners and the league officials, we could make it something even greater at a later point. So I extend the invitation to the league officials now to have these conversations in the off season going into 3026.
Well, I think the League of Officials will certainly be reaching out to you. Whether or not the conversation is of the tone you're looking for, I can't guarantee. I don't speak for them. They may have things. They may want to say things like, "Please stop talking about this. We're trying to keep this under the carpet." No, I digress. Of course, I'm making fun of people. I don't want the League of Officials to find a way to remove me from my austere position here as the chief commentator of the series.
Well, the face of the Grayland
yeah,
Trios League.
yeah,
That's it. It's
yeah.
not as easy to replace as you might think, Olaf.
Well, there's plenty of people on this planet, and I'm sure at least 4 or 5 of them can do it better than me. At any rate, Isaac, once again, always a pleasure to have you here in studio. We do unfortunately have to start prepping for our next match, which will be starting shortly. And in the interim, for the viewers, please, I'm sure we'll have some more fine filler content, interviews and recaps and investigational. Oh God, what's the word I'm looking for here? Tactical analyses of various matches in the past. You were saying something, Isaac? I think.
I was going to say expose, but
Expose,
I think
yes,
yeah.
yes. There's always plenty of people we could do an expose on. Well, certainly can't do it on. Oh God, I don't remember his name anymore. The previous debutantes coach.
Okay.
How quickly they fade into obscurity. Anything last thoughts for the viewers here on Planet or across the Intersphere?
No, thank you once again for having me, Olaf, and to the viewers, thank you for joining us here for another great match of the Grayland Trios League. Make sure you tune next time on Donegal Broadcasting.
Indeed, and of course at this point, the lights will come up and they'll start resetting for the next match as they play some something in the interim.
Highlights
Yeah,
or
highlights. Yeah, that's probably what just like they do for WWE pay-per-view events. They'll do like the lead up to whatever story is about to or whatever match is about to take place. Why they
yeah.
have this feud or whatever. Anyway, James, good match. Even though it was so incredibly lopsided, I think I still put up a half decent fight for you. I tried anyway. That was my
You did. You got
goal.
that foot actuator.
I think I got something else before it died. Or before I died. I don't remember, but I definitely got that foot actuator. I'm gonna hang it up on my wall. All right, James. I think I think we're good. You got anything for the viewers? Out of character anyway.
I think so. No, it's a lot of fun. I look forward to the next one. I think that it's going to be a lot of fun playing with fun. Yeah, they may see some hot Atlas on Marauder 2 action.
That will be an interesting match, I'm sure. I think I'm definitely gonna be looking forward to that matchup. Foehammer versus Grimdark James.
Yeah, that's called Marauder jumping backwards every round, trying to kite the AC-20 out of range.
Yep. Listen, all you gotta do is get to about 7 or 8. Well, no, because he's got what I shouldn't probably say that, but you watch the videos, you'll know what his advantages are.
He's got weapon specialist AC-20, which but once again, he's still got a 9 hex range.
Yes, yeah. If you're sitting at 8 or 9 hexes or more, it's still a problem.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right. Well, my friends, we're going to get out of here. We have a couple more matches coming up over the next few weeks, so stick around and stay tuned. Of course, we also have Solasta and Second Star continuing their series as well. Stick around. And today, here in the U.S., today is, at the time of recording, November 11th, which, of course, is a day of remembrance for the many, many lives lost roughly a little over 100 years ago. But for the veterans, thank you for your service, my friends. And for those, well, they have a different day for that, but nonetheless, remembrance for all. I think James, do you guys do the poppy?
Yeah, we do. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's I didn't really know much about it until my boss, the guy I work for, he's actually Canadian, and so on this day, and I think it's actually Remembrance Day for a lot of
it. It is. Yeah. Go read the poem in Flanders Fields.
Okay.
That's the poem that refers to the dead of World War One and the fields of poppies that grow in the mass graveyards.
I had a feeling there was more significance or more meaning to the poppy than just a cool thing.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna get out of here. So enjoy yourselves, my friends. Stay safe and stay tuned. Ooh, that's a new tagline. Stay safe and stay tuned. All right, we're out of here. Have a good one, guys.